the under on that number. I think it's pretty favorable given the situation here. Like I said at the top, no Sabonis, it really impacts the Pacers offense. He has been their hub for most of the season, and that's only been exacerbated with Malcolm Brogdon's injuries of late. So again, if Malcolm Brogdon doesn't play in this game, then it's, I guess, the Karis LeVert show, possibly the O'Shea Brissett show. I think there's a pretty good chance this game is played in the 90s, at least on the Pacers side. And even the Warriors, they've sputtered of late. They're still right there at the top of the West behind Phoenix, but they've been under 100 points as a team in 5 of their last 8. They've only topped 108 points once in their last 8 games. So that high scoring, team that's playing games in the 120s, 130s, that really hasn't been the Warriors for the last several weeks. That was the team we saw over the first month and a half of the season. They've been sputtering a bit. Curry still under 40% from the field over his last 25 games. That's kind of been an underrated storyline that he struggled, over the second half of the first half of the season is how I was going to phrase that. But anyway, I like the under in this game. I think Indiana, struggles to push this one and kind of carry its end of the bargain.
All right, Garion, where are you looking? Which total are you most focused on?
I think anytime the Mavericks are on a slate, you can pretty much just blindly back the under. They're hitting the under more than any team this season. Essentially 70% of their games have gone to the under, and across their last 10, you can really see the reasons why these trends have been happening. I mean, this is a team that is allowing less than 100 points per 100 possessions in that 10-game span. That is the best defensive rating in the NBA within that stretch. Phoenix, also just one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. They are 5th in defensive rating across their last 10 games. Dallas also really slow pace. They are the fifth slowest pace in the NBA in that same 10-game span. I just feel like the exact script we saw last night between Dallas and Toronto, you're probably going to see that again in Dallas and Phoenix. And this line has moved down in the last half hour. It's gone from 216 to 215 and a half, but I still like the under here.
Matt, where are you going?
We've ignored one of the 3 games, and I guess it's because there's 2 games that feature good teams, and then we have the Knicks are playing the Pelicans. But the total for that game, I think, is going to move depending on the news of Devontae Graham, and it can move in either direction. So I don't actually know if I like the over or the under yet, but at 209.5, if Graham plays, I think that number's too low. And if Graham doesn't play, I think that number's too high. Basically what I'm saying here is Devontae Graham actually matters a lot for totals. He is the team's starting point guard. He's a really good offensive player, doesn't play a ton of defense. Drives the pace to a decent extent. I don't think the game will be as fast if he's not there, but we don't know if he's going to play yet because he has an ankle injury. So if you're following news today, if Graham's in, I think the total will go up a couple points and vice versa.